February 2012. Researchers at the prestigious North Carolina Research Institute Human Performance Laboratory make a startling discovery. One that answers some important questions and opens the door to even more. The path to this discovery actually began 2,000 miles away in Salt Lake City, Utah, with a company and a product called ASEA.
We've always known that ASEA does something pretty significant in the body, and we've been on a constant journey of discovery to try to find out how ASEA is working in the body.
Initial research into the benefits of ASEA found promising results among a number of athletes. And so the company contacted Dr. David C. Nieman, director of the Human Performance Laboratory at Appalachian State University. Dr. Nieman, the vice president of the American College of Sports Medicine, is the author of 9 books dealing with physiology and exercise testing, more than 200 peer-reviewed publications, and more than 300 articles in health and wellness magazines. And so in late 2011, Dr. Nieman and several other PhDs carefully crafted a scientific study. A study designed to measure the effect of ASEA on metabolites, the fingerprints left behind as a result of cell metabolism. The rigorous protocols of the double-blinded crossover study took several weeks, and the analysis of the blood draws took even longer. The ASEA corporate team immediately flew to North Carolina, where they learned that the results of the study surprised the entire group of PhDs. They were expecting to see something when ASEA was combined with exercise. Instead, they found chronic results, that is, results that happened before exercise, simply from drinking ASEA.
We didn't think that drinking ASEA would shift metabolites chronically. We thought it would do something during exercise, but not after a week of drinking it. After working with the bioinformatics statistical division, we were able to determine that drinking ASEA over 1 week caused a shift in 43 metabolites. Not a little shift, it was a large shift that caught us by surprise.
And the last data set that we had come in was metabolomics, and there were these huge differences in free fatty acid mobilization. And so that was kind of a shock to us because we weren't expecting to see anything at that point, but there's certainly something going on there which is really interesting.
I didn't believe it. So when I saw this, that 43 metabolites were differentially, they were at different levels. I didn't believe it. And I've done studies with microarray analysis where you're looking at thousands and thousands of genes, and you might find 2 or 3 genes that are differentially expressed. But here we are in metabolomics, and you find 43 things that are different. It was astounding.
The data revealed shifts in 43 metabolites, something these PhDs had never seen before, something that caused these scientists to use words like astounding and massive. But what exactly did these metabolite shifts mean?
Many of the metabolites were related to plasma free fatty acids. So the athletes actually started the exercise after drinking ASEA with a lot more of these free fatty acids in their blood. The reason that's important is then the muscles will actually use that as fuel, sparing the muscle glycogen and the use of amino acids, which is what we found as we analyzed the data.
Since the introduction of ASEA just a few years ago, athletes everywhere have claimed better performance, increased endurance, and more rapid recovery. Now, thanks to Dr. Nieman and his team, we may be starting to understand why.
My thoughts on the study is, well, my first off one was sort of like I already kind of knew this, just through my own experience with the product. So, but at the same time, it's great to have that solid evidence, that laboratory test that makes it official, gets the official stamp of approval from the scientists, and then to go along with the stamp of approval from elite athletes.
With ASEA, I've noticed my training and my times and my meets have improved significantly. And learning about the research behind ASEA, I know that that just boosts my confidence and reinforces what I already know.
I've experienced all of these tremendous benefits over the past few years when I'm doing these world records, and maybe didn't understand it, but was fearful to go off of the product. And with these new studies, it's really helped me to understand why I don't get sore, and why I'm able to just lock in this strong pace and hold it for so long.
These data we feel are very important and fascinating. and we intend to better understand what's in the drink and this shift in the metabolism that occurred. We want to understand what that means for every individual.